The call to action is the only purpose of a landing page. It's to get someone to fill in a form and click a button and capture their details. This is also known as a conversion or a conversion goal. In the example of the Invest in Gold landing page, the conversion goal is if someone fills in this form and clicks the button. That's the only purpose of this landing page. Everything else supports that conversion goal. The visual elements, the hero shot, the social proof, every part of that landing page only serves to drive people to convert. Call to actions don't need to be a form with a button. They can just be a standalone call to action that requires someone to click. In this example through. From Superstock Jockey, the only conversion goal is clicking the Play Now free button. A good call to action is self-contained. What that means is that I can figure out what I'm getting just by reading the call to action section. In the example of the Invest in Gold, it does exactly that. Just by reading this particular blue box, I can figure out exactly what this page is about and what I'm going to get. What's important is to include a descriptive heading. For example, here it's free gold guide. That's what I'm going to get. Also, make sure the button visually stands out. So in this particular case, the button is gold and visually it jumps out. Also, the label of the button should be absolutely clear as to what is going to happen when I click the button. In this example, get free gold guide. It's very descriptive as to what's going to happen when I click that button. Always put a label that is descriptive and never use the default submit. If the button is too short for descriptive text, such as get the gold guide, use something like click here or go rather than submit. If you can, include the principle of scarcity in your call to action. In this example from Time, they're using the principle of scarcity in the headline, in the hero shot, but they're also reinforcing it with the clock icon in the Renew Now call to action. Call to action forms are required when you want to capture visitor information. In the example of Invest in Gold landing page, they're capturing the full name, city, phone number, and email. They might be doing this for segmentation reasons, so when they market to you later, they can segment on the city, for example, you're in. But most likely, they're capturing this information for lead generation, so getting information so that someone can follow you up on the phone or via email. The most important consideration of a call to action form is the number of fields that you're asking. The reason it's critical is that shorter forms result in better overall conversion rates. So conversion rate is directly related to the number of fields you ask. However, if we don't ask enough information, we may not have enough to segment off later. So it's always a trade-off when we're determining how many fields and which fields to ask for. As a guideline, between 3 to 5 fields is optimal for conversion rate. If you can get away with less fields, then do so because it will up your conversion rate. However, 3 to 5 is more realistic. You should only ever ask for information you absolutely require for segmentation or follow-up. The reason for this is asking for certain information will cause significant drop-offs in your conversion rate. For example, asking for a telephone number, which implies that the user might be called, will generally result in a 5% dip. So if you don't need the phone number, don't ask for it. In a B2B context, you need a minimum 3 fields for segmentation: first name, email, and job title. You also get around 2 to 5 extra fields before seeing significant drop-offs. Use this as a guideline if you're creating B2B forms for call to action.